Thank you very much. Dr. Nguyen Pinia, Vice Minister of the Ministry of Education and Training, other leaders of the ministry, Mr. Howard Taylor, Chief of Party World Concern Development Organization, Vietnam, leaders and teachers of special schools, representatives of participating provinces, parents and deaf children, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The World Bank is proud to be associated with World Concern and MOET VNIES in the implementation of the Vietnam Intergenerational Deaf Education Outreach Project. We share the concern of the government, the conviction of the government of Vietnam that education for all is a necessary condition for a fair society and a prosperous country. Education for all means that every child and every young person must be empowered to acquire basic skills in the first years of schooling and later be given access to additional learning opportunities. Girls and boys, kin and ethnic minorities, rural and urban, disabled and abled, hearing and deaf. Although some have access to educational service, some have had access to educational services adapted to their needs, deaf children and young people in Vietnam have on average been much more disadvantaged than their hearing peers. Deaf children are, it seems clear, less likely to be enrolled in primary school, and if enrolled in grade 1, less likely to complete primary school and continue into secondary school. There are many reasons for this disadvantage, but they include reasons that are the responsibility of public policy and the public education system. The VIDEO project has aimed to try out on a small scale 3 sample interventions the global experience suggests would make deaf preschoolers better prepared for the formal education system. First, the use of the deaf community's first language as the primary mode of communication with a young deaf child, since research shows that the critical importance of language mastery to broad cognitive development. Second, the involvement of the whole family in the young deaf child's initial learning experience, since research shows how much parental involvement matters. Third, the creation of family support teams that provides the young deaf child and his or her family with early and intensive support from a trained young deaf adult and a trained sign language interpreter. On your way to the conference room, I'm sure you've seen a gallery walk with anecdotes of IDEO deaf children's improvement in their language and cognitive development thanks to the use of sign language. We're indeed moved to know that parents have reported satisfaction, noting especially the benefits that come from their children's improved communication skills through sign language. In this workshop, we will also present initial results of 2 formal evaluations that World Concern and MOET respectively have carried out about the impact of the IDEO model. The event is also an opportunity for us to know how sign language has helped change lives of Vietnamese deaf people. Ms. Tien, a deaf adult who is studying for a master's degree in the US, will share with us her achievements and her passion for deaf education. As we do with all the projects we support, we consider closely the lessons learned and the options for integrating successful innovations into broader public policy and practice. While VIDEO has reached some 250 deaf preschoolers, it is estimated that Vietnam has 15,000 to 16,000 children aged 0 to 6 who are deaf. We look forward to hearing today what the VIDEO project has achieved, what challenges remain, and how the successful innovations can be rolled out or scaled up cost-effectively. In particular, we're eager to receive your advice on the place of Vietnamese Sign Language in deaf education, options for increased parental involvement in education, and the future status of deaf mentors and sign language interpreters in deaf education programs, not only for preschool, but also for higher levels of education in Vietnam. So we have a lot to do today, but also have time to spend together that will really help shed light on what has been achieved and how we can move forward to make the impact of this initial pilot even greater. Vice Minister Nya, I would like to thank you for your strong commitment and support for this project. I also want to thank you for the time that you spent to show me some of the project sites. So I got a chance to see firsthand how children and their families who are deaf are being impacted positively by this project and are being able to live more normal lives, just like any other Vietnamese family. Thank you very much. And I'd like to join you, Vice Minister, in thanking everybody else who has been part of the success that we've witnessed over the last 4 years. Of course, World Concern, the project team, the VNIES, the participating provinces, but perhaps most importantly, the deaf children and their parents who have worked hard, have not given up, have committed to being part of this pilot, have given of their time and their effort and have invested in making this work for them and work for others in their community. We're so grateful that you selected to be part of this. And we hope, as we discussed today, that we will be able to extend this project further and really use it as a platform for facilitating the changes in public policy that will ensure that all deaf children in Vietnam over time have the best access to education through the use of sign language, and by so doing also ensure their fuller integration into society, for them to make their contribution, their rightful contribution as citizens of this great country of Vietnam to Vietnam's future. Thank you very much.